There have been a lot of bugs and glitches in all the games we have experienced so far. And it goes without saying that this is normal occurrence for me. However, some of these cases are completely normal and cause a lot of fear for users. In this video, I'm here to introduce you to the scariest thing a player in Minecraft has encountered. So if you are curious to know what happened to that player and what creature he faces, do not miss the rest of this video. Well, many of you who are watching this video now must have encountered something like normal or very strange bugs in Minecraft. But I promise you that what follows is the scariest thing that has ever been reported. Well, it's time to look at this weird and scary story together. Hello, I'm a professional Minecraft player, and because of what I have experienced, I don't want to reveal my real name at all. The story began on June 26, 2019, with difficult working conditions. At that time, I had been working for a house and apartment sales company for almost 2 years. And most of the time I was texting my computer to different people. Honestly, I was not satisfied with my job at all, because it made me not pay attention to myself at all and waste the best time of my life. As far as I can remember, one of the strangest things I usually do in my spare time is getting into Minecraft and spinning on its map. In general, I was unemployed only at sunrise, so it was only when I could have a little fun. This horrible thing happened here. I was working on my own computer at exactly very other time that night, trying to keep myself awake until I sent all the message to different people by eating coffee. I can say that I was approaching around 3 in the morning when a strange email was sent to me here, and I opened it no matter what might be in it. The first thing I saw was that person's email address. I cannot understand that someone called himself an Anomaly 099. But the message he sent me made it even more unnatural. I usually get a lot of misunderstood words and codes that I thought words get binary, and that made me feel that way. The biggest idea I had for those messages at the time was just a hacker or something. But something was waiting for me that I did not even think about. Finally, after a few minutes I thought about it, came to the conclusion that it would be better to go back to work. As I got closer to sunrise, I finished sending message and decided to step away from my computer space and look outside to make some repairs. And air was still dark at the time, and you could only see the faint light that had turned the sky into dawn. 30 minutes later, I got tired of looking at the sky and wanted to go to bed to sleep. But at the same time, the thought of spinning in Minecraft came to my mind, and that was something he never did. It's good to say at that time I loved the old versions of the game and I enjoyed getting into it. That's why I was building a normal sidewalk in survival mode for about a month, and I had a lot of things in it. When I turned on the computer for the second time to play, I remembered that strange email and the message it had sent me, and I went to my inbox to check it. Here, apparently, all the person's message had disappeared, and not even one of those letters and numbers remained, which confused me a bit. Seeing this situation, I just logged out of it and without any special work. I opened Minecraft and waited for its loading page to pass. I don't remember, but I think it was a few seconds later that I became the main menu and clicked on the map in which I played for some time. In the meantime, to enjoy, I don't remember where I was last in the game, but by entering everything it became clear to me. It seemed that I had left the game a few times before in a green area near my house, and that's why I'm there now. The first thing I started by moving inside the map was going home and picking up some tools like pickaxe and swords. At that time I had a cave I had already dug inside near my house, and I wanted to go there for the second time with the tools I was picking up. When I came out of the house and entered the cave, I killed the map players just in front of them, and when I reached a suitable level, the blocks around me, I crushed. It was not long before I could fully think of the rarity and the search for it that made me go out of the cave a few days later. I had already set up a portal to reach Nether, so I went there quickly, picking up the tools that would help me. Well, at this time, as always, like everyone else, I found a castle in Nether, and by killing a few wither skeletons and blaze, I got the loot completely. It's good to say that my main reason for going there was just to get something to complete the portal and application. So I did not take long to work, and after a short time I left again the same way I came. When I came back this time, I used all of Andy's eyes, which I turned into nether pearl, and put them on the portal using blaze powder. But by placing them, there are still 3 empty spaces on the portal, and I had to look for a few endermen to complete the portal by killing them. While the weather was still clear, I entertained myself by stacking blocks on top of each others and building the structures until nightfall. Finally, after all I did, the sun went down and I got ready to fight some of the Endermans. I wandered around the map for 10 minutes to reach a forest to find some underdogs. Here, the great power of the weapons made me quick, and the war between us ended quickly. After this, when I returned home, I had no great excitement, and I slept in the game without delay and got ready to eat. The morning after the mysterious events began to form inside me was mine. At that time, when I left my house, I decided to find gold to make my own apple gold and use it for rare wars. But at this point, my monitor screen started popping up and playing a series of weird seconds. Seeing this sense, I stopped going. And instead, I went back to the previous steps, that is, to go to bed the next few days. By the time horror happened, I had just crossed the portal and was on my way home. Meanwhile, for the second time, strange things happened to me in the game. Sounds that have no explanation at all were playing loudly, and it made me feel bad when the monitor screen was noisy. It almost went on until another story, and it was differently cut short. The fact that the game returned to its previous state really made it possible, and as far as I could see, nothing had changed on the map. As the case progressed, I rushed to my house and wanted to take my belongings out of the game in the inventory section. But here I realized that all my belongings were gone and I had nothing left. I was still thinking inside the house about what I should do. I heard a very clear sound of someone's footsteps outside the house. In this part of the story, despite my great fear, I opened my door and found nearby places to find the source of the sound. Meanwhile, I saw a creature similar to Enderman, which had several different colors on the hill in front of me. At first, the only thought that came to my mind was that Mojang, or creator of Minecraft, had put this creature into Play Online. Or maybe it's just a simple programming mistake. But as time went on, everything changed. It took me and an Enderman to look at each other for a while, and then I started running towards him. Let me say that when I was only 10 blocks away from him, he strangely disappeared and there was no trace of him anywhere on the map. It was really helping that made me walk quickly to my house and think of things that might happen along the way. Finally, returning from the path, I reached the front of the entrance and opened it without delay. I really cannot forget what I saw. The creature looked at me from inside the house with an open mouth and a very loud shout, and then showed the game with the 099 anomaly written on my monitor. Here is a new person who sent me those messages from the secret email that I know, but it was too late for that. My computer was taken out of the game and all the information it had collected by then was completely lost. For a few months after this incident, I never entered the game, and I have to have this scary memory with me forever. Well guys, that was all that happened, and so far only a few more reports on the subject have been aired. Anyway, thank you for watching this video so far. Really, if you want to support us, you can do so by like this video and subscribe to my channel.